Hi everyone, welcome to this new edition of the live with Russell. And today I wanted to take the occasion to do a little recap of the program, a couple of program we have been working on, and hopefully you will have a question. If you have a question, you can drop the question on the comment of this live, even though you watch this after. But also, if you are actually on the live right now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to share the link. I'm going to share a Facebook link that you guys can, a Zoom link that you can actually use to connect on the Zoom right now to ask for the question that you have. Okay, so you're gonna have to give me like a few seconds if you want to. So give me a few seconds for me to allow other people to connect to the live or to share maximum. In the meantime, you can help by sharing the live right now as you are connected. Okay, so give me just 1 second so we can invite other people to the live. Okay, yeah, what are we going to share today? We're going to talk about the PPP, because the PPP, we have to know what's going on with it. People think it's over, it's really over, but can you still get something even though they say it's over? That's a question. Okay, so this is the first question. We're going to talk about the forgiveness, because after the PPP, what is left? Guess what? The forgiveness, right? After the PPP, what is left is the forgiveness. You have to remember that. After the PPP, what is left is the forgiveness. That is what you guys have to know. Okay, so we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the new EIDL grants that people may now be eligible to apply. People who were not before eligible can now be eligible to apply for this PPP. So yes, so what do we have to do here? Give me 2 seconds, guys. Give me 2 seconds, and I'm going to allow other people to connect to the meeting before we can officially start it. Again, what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about the PPP, the status of the PPP right now. Okay, we are going to talk about the forgiveness, the 5,000 grant, 10,000 and 5,000 grants. I know a lot of people are going to join this late, and this is a really big Facebook live that I'm making now. Okay, this is a very big Facebook live I'm doing right now, and it's better for you guys to ask questions, because sometimes it's very difficult to get in touch with us. So if you have the occasion to connect to this live, you can actually ask your question, because sometimes if you don't have an appointment with us, sometimes it will be very difficult, and sometimes even get an appointment is not the easiest thing to do, because sometimes we could be booked for the whole month. Basically, we could be booked for the whole month. Okay, so again, I'm gonna repeat this. We are on live right now, but in the meantime, I just share the link for those who wants to ask question on live. Okay, if you see where you click to join this Facebook live, you may also have the opportunity, okay, to basically ask a question when I get to that area to ask a question. Yes, so again, if you just got to the Zoom or to the meeting, because I see people connecting on the Zooms as well. Okay, let me also record the Zoom. So so if you just connected to the Facebook live, if you have a question, you need to ask a live question. Again, there's a link there to click and connect to the Zoom. On the Zoom, you will have the opportunity to basically ask a question, and it will be my pleasure to answer, because of course I know you are going to type it, but sometimes you type the question and we get the question at the end of the meeting or the end of the Zoom, because I saw some people asking questions already on the Facebook, private Facebook, So if you have a question, I will suggest that you can connect to the link, to the Zoom link, to ask the question. And as I'm answering the question, you will ask the question, everybody will hear the question, and I will also answer the question for everyone, because chances are that more than one person can have the same question. Okay, So yes. So without further ado, we're going to get started. If the people are not connected, of course they're gonna catch it later and watch it. If you catch it at the latest time and you still have a question that was not addressed during this video, you may still drop it on the comment section of the video. Okay, again, I'm going to lay down what we are going to share today. We're talking about the PPP, we're talking about the forgiveness, we're talking about the new 10,000, 15,000, the new possibility to get those 15,000, and of course the loan increase, because that is where a lot of people stand now. Okay, so we have 4 main points that we have to go a little bit into. So without further ado, what's the status of the PPP today? I want to share with you guys. It has been an honor for us, for my team and I, to actually assist like nearly 400 business owners, self-employed with this program. And you guys can imagine, because the way that we were so backed up, so busy all the time, 24 hours, 24/7, you can imagine that we were receiving million, 100 million, tens of requests every day to assist. Of course, if you belong to the Facebook group, you're watching from the Facebook group, you may also know that even from the Facebook group, you were receiving assistance. That was the point of creating the Facebook group. Nearly 200 people from the Facebook group received assistance from us. People were actually inboxing us. People were, because sometimes you have to share the WhatsApp number, people were sending us requests from WhatsApp. We call them back to help them through the process. I'm talking about the PPP. And what you have to hear here, the lesson you have to learn from the PPP, is that so many people miss the PPP because of the right guidance. And I've been saying that, and I'm saying that again. We have helped almost 400 people. Among the 400 people, nearly 150 people, 150 customer, 150 applicant, 150 taxpayer or business owner were coming because they started again and they didn't go through, or maybe they got approved and they were requested for some documentation that they could not provide. It means that they use wrong information. They use wrong information to apply, either knowingly or by mistake, okay? Because they were just putting numbers that comes out from the top of their head, which is not right. The PPP was a program that gets you approved based on the document you furnish, okay? If they ask you what is your gross income, it doesn't matter if you are making $1 million a year. If you know that you are going to report $50,000, that is what you need to report. Because once you say that how much income you make and you say 100,000, now on your taxes, okay, if you're a business owner, self-employed, you don't have a bookkeeping, on your taxes you put $50,000 and you put in the application 100,000. That is mismatch. Of course, there's an inconsistency. I have said that last year because this program started last year. So many people came because they started the process, they were declined, they were actually approved before, and then they were declined also later because they see that the information they put in the application didn't match the document they have. Some people actually put a lot of employees when they didn't have supporting document to support, they didn't have payroll document to support the number of employees they put in the application, which you have been done otherwise. That means if you actually, because some people have employees, but they just didn't, they didn't do the payroll, but you can still do the payroll at the end of the year. It's a matter of reporting to the government that, okay, I have this number of employees. You can still do at the end of the year. You do the payroll, you file your form for 940, 941, 944 with the government. You send it to them. It's okay, this is the payroll, this is your payroll taxes. And then you are eligible to claim this amount in your PPP. So a lot of people didn't do that. So this is a lesson, because you never know. This program may come back. And if it comes back, either you are on the first, on the second, on the third time to apply, you will still be eligible. Okay, you can still bring, if you have evidence of new document, you can still bring it in your application. So I'm trying to explain to you guys here. I've done that last year. This program started on March 2020. I'm doing it right now again. So we are on the PPP. So a lot of people, what happened with that? A lot of lenders were actually backed up. That means they were overwhelmed, just as we were. Okay, it means that with some other lender, it happens that they got at the point they couldn't control all the application. It got stuck there. What you have done, and what every person, every taxpayer, every business owner should have done, it was to apply with other lenders, because the program says you can apply with multiple lenders until you get approved. Once you get approved by one, then you cannot get approved for the same loan by the different lender. That is what we have done. We have worked with almost 3 different lenders at the same time or successively. When we see that some lenders are actually very slow because they're not moving, you send request, they don't respond. What we do, we move to the next lender. That is how we were able to get so many people to get approved or to be in the process of receiving those funding. Yes, this is what you will have done. So if it comes back, that is what you need to do. But assuming that you have the right guidance, because the first thing is your tax document. The first thing you have to know is your supporting document. Whether you have employee, whether you are S Corp, whether you are C Corp, you need to know what's the difference. If you are C Corp, it's not the same requirement as if you are self-employed, like Schedule C. If you are S Corp, it's not the same requirement as if you are LLC. This is what you guys have to know. This is why a lot of people either put themselves in trouble by receiving money illegally, like making numbers that doesn't even make sense, and it was not rightly checked and they received the money. Guess what? I'm going to talk about the forgiveness. You won't be able to apply for forgiveness, because if you try to apply for forgiveness, this is how they're going to actually want to see the right document that you use. They're going to maybe ask to see your maybe tax return or IRS tax transcript to see if all the information you provided match what you actually showed. Okay, so the other thing to do was to actually, whatever you do on your application, make sure you put it in your taxes. That is the safe thing to do. If you have to, because I mean, you want to get more money, you claim $100,000 as a gross sale because you're self-employed. Put the $100,000 in your taxes. It's as simple as that. If it costs you to pay more taxes, yes, pay more taxes. If you don't have a professional to actually help you to pay less taxes, even though you claim $100,000 income, that should be the way to pay less taxes. Of course, I shared it on the previous video. There should be the way to share taxes. I mean, to pay less taxes, even though you claim $100,000 or $200,000 or $500,000. Okay, so if you don't do that, you have to make the same amount that you put in your application on your PPP in your taxes. Same thing goes with the EIDL for the people who haven't applied yet. We're gonna get to the EIDL in a few. Okay, so I didn't want to stay too long on the PPP, but it was worth it for me to explain why some people didn't get the money. Now, the PPP said that the program was supposed to expire on May 31st, right? That's true. That's true. That's what was said. And actually, it stopped. They stopped accepting. They officially said the program is up, is over by May 15. Guess what? From May 15 to June 1st, we were still processing application. Why? Because some micro lender, the government actually put, I think it was $8 billion aside for the micro, the smallest business owners. Okay, and those only a special type of lender were able to issue those loans. That means we kept processing application. I say, if you are in the Facebook group right now, I have been telling you guys that the program is still going on. We are still putting application in, and even after the 15 when they stop, officially stop, and so many lenders actually stop accepting application by May 15. People from this Facebook group that you belong to right now were still contacting us, and we were still helping them. A lot of people actually applied and were funded before the end of the May 31st, even though it was said that the program was over on May 15. Just to let you know, you need to have a right guidance. If you don't have a right guidance, then you think it's over. Okay, so right now, after May 15, one of the lenders, May 31st, one of the lenders that we're working with, which is actually SmartBiz. SmartBiz was one of the major lenders. I have to say that because so many programs out there, Wempley, which other lender, so many programs out there was actually directing you to SmartBiz. That's why you have to know. Even Cabbage, we were using Cabbage last year. This year, you try to apply for PPP2 for your customer, it directs you back to SmartBiz. I mean, SmartBiz was a major platform here, out there. We did it. We found it by researching. So even after May 31st, SmartBiz was still accepting us to still put in new application for people who received the money already. Okay, that means you have put a cap of like 25 PPP application, PPP2, for the people who actually receive the money the first time, and they get to the end of the program, official end of the program. But the platform, I guess, because they still have funding, they were also allowing some people who were declined to still put a new application from within the platform. That's why I have to know that this was only shared with my team. That's the reason why some people are telling me, oh, why are you still applying? Why are you sending us that invoice because you are helping us? I say, listen, if the platform allow me to put an application, I have nothing to lose to put an application. It's up to you to see if you want it, if you want to, reject the money, if they give it to you. So if they block our possibility to apply, then there's no other choice. But if within the platform, they're still allowing you to apply, that's the reason why my team was actually contacting you. If you were contacted by one of my team by email or by phone call, yes, it was because even after the met the refers, I've said that to at least 10 people who are calling me, oh, I received your email saying, oh, I have to send a new email because you need to put a new application. I was declined. Since I'm declined, you can push a new application using different email. And I thought the program was over. I was saying yes. I answered to some of the people. Now I think I'm answering to everyone who was in the same situation where he was receiving by the end of the program email inviting them to provide a different email. Because what happens is that sometimes when you are declined, sometimes you are declined by the program, not by somebody who actually review your application. That's the reason why when that happens, what do you do? What you do is actually apply again with a different email address. But at the end of the program, it was actually allowing you to apply again with the same email address from the first, from your dashboard. The program was actually allowing people to apply again from the dashboard to apply the second time, even though you were declined the first time. So this is the reason why my team was actually contacting a lot of you guys to say, hey, can you send me this? Can you send me your bank statement because you are putting your application for you? That's the reason, okay? So what else I have to share with you is that at this point, the program is over. But what the law says, I don't want to say what it says on the media, what this person told me. What the law says is that after Meta refers, the lenders have to continue to process your application. They have 30 days to continue processing your application, okay? That means what? If the program is over, unless they completely run out of funding, if they still have money, they should actually continue processing your application. So if you apply and you never basically receive a decline letter, an email that says they were sent a crazy email, unable to verify your authentication, something like that, that doesn't really make sense. When you was doing that, you were just putting your applications. If you receive, until you receive that email that says that we're sorry, and some people receive that already. We're sorry, we cannot longer, process your application. The program is over. You run out of funding. If you receive that, yes, I believe that you may not receive something. But if you don't receive that, it means they're still processing your application. By law, I didn't say what it said on the media, on YouTube, or on Google. By law, they have to continue processing your application until June 30th. That's when the program will officially be over. Okay? So basically, what does that mean? It means that, yes, the program is officially over. But if you have an application in, whether it was the first one or the second one, you still have the chance that it will go through if you don't receive an email. Because guess what? We use your email. I mean, if it's declined, you will receive an email telling you that, okay, there's no way you can receive something again. Okay? So yeah, I'm gonna leave the PPP at this time. I hope it was a good, big explanation. And if you have a question, let me check here to see if I have a question about this PPP. I don't see no question here. I don't see no question here. No, it's not here, baby. So what we're going to do here, I'm going to talk to you about the forgiveness now, because I guess you have got everything you're supposed to receive. But if you have question, I see people on the Zoom. If you're on the Zoom and you have a question about the PPP, you can share the question with me and I will address it on the Facebook Live and also on the Zoom where you guys are. So I see Matthew, I see Walter, I see other people on the Zoom. If you have a question, you can let me know. I see some people are typing the question here. Sorry, I want to get just straight on the PPP. I declare 100,000 tax for the purpose of PPP. Can I pay lower tax on it? Yes, so exactly. Somebody claimed 100,000 on the PPP, right? Exactly. If you claim whatever you claim on the PPP, you have to match it with your taxes. you know you can actually amend your taxes, because if they want to check that, you're gonna be in trouble, okay? Because you receive $20,000, right? I know how much you receive when you took 100,000. So, and you keep 20,000 on your taxes. Which inconsistency is that? Okay, yes, you're going to consult with my team. You have a number. You're going to talk about that later to actually make your taxes matches what you put in your application. You don't want that discrepancy, actually. Okay, you don't want that. That's why I was saying that the best thing, this was the best year of the best period towards the PPP, not the PPP, especially PPP, because PPP you have the choice to use 2020 on your application. Then you can use the numbers, use the income. Some people need to make money, but they reduce their money. You can claim your real money, like 100,000, 120,000, because you know that you're also going to claim what? On your taxes, you're going to claim the same amount in your taxes, and there will be a real consistent on your Schedule C. The Schedule C you use on the PPP, you have to use the same Schedule C in your taxes, okay? Now, how to pay less taxes is another game. So we are going to move to the forgiveness. What happened with the forgiveness? With the forgiveness, it's a step that you have to go to the SBA and tell them, hey, you gave me the money. You told me to use it this way, and I exactly used that the way you told me to use. Okay? Now, it doesn't matter. Now, that's a secret. It doesn't matter how you use the money. You have to let them know that you have used the money the way they wanted you to use it. And I saw people telling me, oh, I used the money. When I got the money, I used it to pay all my back rent. Like, you receive the money. You use all the money to pay for your rents. Guess what? You're not going to receive 100% forgiveness, because there's a portion of it that is only supposed to be used for your rents. Okay? Now, if you have used it for your rents, what you have to do is to consult, because this is how some people are going to be surprised. Consult means what? When it comes to apply for forgiveness, they will be asked, how much money did you use for personal payment? No, for payroll. Because as a self-employer, don't forget, the PPP you're supposed to use to pay yourself first. It means if you have used 100% to pay your rents, to pay for your rents, whereas you were supposed to use like 40% to pay for your rents, what do you do? You have to tell them, hey, I use 60% to pay for myself, even though you know you use 100% to pay for your rent. Okay? You say you use 50% to pay yourself, and you use 40% to pay for your rent. That is basically what you want to tell them. This is just an example. Okay? So this is how some people are going to see the money. They're going to be surprised. Oh, how come, you say it will be forgivable? Yeah, because you didn't consult, because you didn't want us, spend $100 or $200 to get $2,000, $5,000, $6,000 being forgivable. Guess what? You need to, that's just the way that people actually screw themselves. Go, baby. I'm working here.
Now I get to read. Is there on my left?
Okay, come. Shh. Go to the. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay, go to your home. So sorry, I got interrupted by the owner of the place. So basically, I was saying that if you receive the money, the PPP, now you want to be forgivable, you need to consult with someone going to put you in the right place. I was saying that some people have lost the 10,000 grants. I'm gonna get there. It's the next point. Just because they didn't follow the guidance, and we were actually working together, and they were in the rush. They wanted to put stuff in there. Now, of course, they received the response saying that unfortunately you cannot receive the 10,000 because and they came to me and say also, as cool myself. So I know I'm not gonna blame you on it because I didn't follow your guidance. Okay, same thing here. You receive the PPP. You're supposed to be 100% forgivable. And since last year, we create like a tool to help you to make it 100% forgivable, to make it split the money the way they want you to split it when you want to do the forgiveness. Basically, this is what it means. Okay? If I give you $100, I say, when you finish the $100, tell me that you have used $90 for charity, and you have used $10,000 for food. Of course, it doesn't matter what you did with the money. Tell them, I used $90 for charity. Tell them that. And I used $10 for food. And then it's forgivable. Okay? Because why? I'm saying that because it's a matter of formality. Now, when the amount is so high, maybe 200, 100,000, 450, that is where they're gonna really want you to provide all the payroll. Oh, sorry. That is when they really gonna want you to provide all the payroll document. Now it's just a matter of you telling them how you use the money. Okay, and if you go to my video since last year, I will tell you exactly, or if you're watching on YouTube, I will tell you exactly how much, okay, how much you should, what are the steps you have to take, okay, to get your PPP forgivable. But this is when you make more money. Like maybe you claim employees inside the application, you claim I have more other video, or if you just Google PPP how to make it forgivable, you will see I will come up. Okay, so now I was telling you that, guys, you have to follow the guidance for the PPP. Officially, you have to use 60% of the money for yourself and 40% for other, they call it operating expenses, basically, or working capital. That means what? Your hands, your utility, the food, your supply, everything that helps you to work to run your business, basically. Okay, everything that helps you to run your business, this is what you use the money for. Okay, so now what do you have left? What you have left now is a big deal. It's a $50,000. The EIDL. The government actually put in a new 15 billion to help with the targeted, what is called targeted. The targeted was what? Originally, the targeted advance, which is the 10,000 grants, even though they add another 5,000 to it, the targeted grants, which was 10,000 initially, was a program that was giving you 10,000. And I said that last year, you see, on December, I told you guys, you want a $10,000 free. Go there, register for Uber, pick up one customer, come here and apply. Then you're gonna decline your application. But guess what? You will be eligible for 10,000 grant. I said that last year. If you check on my Facebook page, you will see that I even posted it. The easier $10,000 to get. Apply for the PP for the EIDL, because when you apply, of course, you could be approved or you could be declined. It doesn't matter whether you're approved or no. Just by applying, you were eligible to receive a 10,000 or the months at least to apply, because they were saying you will receive, and then they say you will apply for it. Okay, so initially we thought they would just give it to you for free. I mean, just like that. Then they say you have to apply for it. So what does this mean? It means that all the people who applied last year, since February, they start sending invitation to people on February 1st, inviting them to apply for the 10,000 grant. The people, again, who applied last year, they were telling them that you should do this. And a lot of people received it. A lot of people were not even aware of it. Even though I went on Facebook, I went on Zoom, I went on YouTube to let you guys know that there's an opportunity right there. 10,000 grant is for grab. But what you have to do is to find the email, and also tell you guys, share with you what the email looks like, what the email address will look like, which is what I think is targeted advance, whatever it is, SBA. Okay, so a lot of people didn't find it. They actually the program or the link actually expired, because it was coming with a link with a button, a green button on it that allows you to actually click on it, because it's not that you just go online and apply. No, you have to receive an email. Once you receive an email, then you can apply for it. Okay, once you receive an email, you can now apply for the 10,000 grant. A lot of people didn't know it existed, so they received an email, they didn't check, and some people actually received the email. It went to the the spam, because they never opened no SBA email. It went to the spam. And I inviting them. I even went on live sometimes to say, hey, this is how to search for those emails. Go there, search for it, get it. Okay, long story short, everybody were eligible for the 10,000 grant. Initially, the people first applied on the first time, applied last year. So I was telling you guys that even this year, you have to apply, because eventually they're going to get to the people who applied this year for EIDL for the first time. So again, they were given to people who applied last year, because the people were, they have the privilege, they have priority, let's call it like that. But I was, because I know the program, eventually they're gonna be a type of complaint. Why can I also receive the 10,000 now, even though I applied for EIDL today? So a lot of people were also applying for the EIDL this year, and I told them apply even though you are declined. Okay, even though you're going to be eligible for only 2,000, because guess what, you are eligible for the PPP, for the EIDL. The amount depends on your gross that you have in your Schedule C, but the catch is that it has to be 2019. Okay, you can apply now, but I think you have to use 2019 information. So the point is that I invited a lot of people to apply for the EIDL this year. Guess what? The government now put in, over time, not only before they put that in, they start adding another 5,000 to it. That means if you apply for the $10,000, and how did you have to apply for it? I share the link, and I share, if you go into our Facebook group, I share the webinar that we had where I was explaining how to apply for those 5,000 grant, because there are some type of condition. Of course, you have to show a decrease of 30% at least from 2019 to 2020. You have to show that during the year on the 8-week period, 8 week or 1 or 2 quarters. So you have to show that. If you just go there and naively, you just put information, how much do you make a year? Just make any numbers there. It's by, if you're not lucky enough, when they calculate, it doesn't show 30%, then you are declined. And that's how a lot of people were declined. And I made a video to show you guys how to do the request for evaluation in case you are declined. I have to go to look for the reason why you are declined. Some people were declined because of the low-income community. More people were declined because they didn't make the 30% decrease. Now they add the 5,000 grant to the 10,000. It becomes 15,000 grants. Okay, but to get the 15,000 grant, you have to show that you also actually incur a 50% decrease. Okay, but it's just a matter of numbers. It's a matter of what you put in your application for them. Okay, and how to do that? Again, I had a webinar where I was explaining. That webinar became a pay webinar, but over time I posted that in the Facebook group. That means when somebody calls me, hey, I receive an invitation to apply, how do I do it? I say, okay, you have 2 choices, because I want everybody to receive it, and sometimes our team is not even able to help everybody. You have a webinar that we conducted that day. I said I will not share it on no social media, and then we start pulling it for sale, like a pay webinar to assist to see. And then for the people who belong to the Facebook group, I posted the link in one of my live or one of my posts. I dropped that link in there if you want to know how to do it. By the way, I was inviting everybody to know how to do it, because my point, if you know, I'm a tax professional, I'm an agent. I mean, you are specialized in helping people with taxes. My goal when it comes to taxes is to help you to understand how the tax works. It help you to know, even do the thing by yourself. That's the reason why we run that video. And now, if you belong to the Facebook group, our Facebook group where we help people with these programs, you will be able to find that link. Where if you watch the link, it's like 1 hour 20-minute video. You will see that, oh, this is how you pay attention. This is what we have to do. Yes, do that. You can do that by yourself. Just make sure that at the end you can yourself see that there's a 30% decrease. Okay, without changing, all the numbers, all the total. Okay, or you want our team to do that for you, we do that. Okay, so we see our point was to help the community, my people, the people who are self-employed, they don't low income, the people who really need assistance. That is what my team and I have been doing our effort to assist. It was not to make money, it was to assist. That's the reason why we share. That's why I share what I'm sharing now. That's why I'm sharing where you need to pay attention to. Who is the right person to help you? The right person to pay on all of these things is either your CPA, your tax professional, your accountant that is involved on this program. I'm talking about those people. Why? Do not go to any, taxi driver, a carpenter that say, okay, oh, I know how to do PPP now, not to do it. And we face that. People go to them, they have it done right. Actually, yes, they have it done right. But then they face the second issue, which is what? Which is how to get the document that will match what they have put in the application, because the person who actually put the application didn't think about the incidence of the number he's put in the application, the incidence in the taxes for the person. Because guess what? You were able to do it before your taxes. I have people here, oh, yes, I have this money. Now, Russell, can you help me with the taxes? Yeah, please don't forget, you know, we have done the Schedule C already, so we need to put the same thing. Okay, thank you. You take the Schedule C. Somebody has claimed that, you know, you put, I don't know how much income you put, but the net on your Schedule C is $67,000. What does this mean? It basically means that out of your other source of income, you have to add $67,000 out of it. What does this mean? It means that you have to pay taxes on that net. Why? Because the person who helps you to apply for EIDL were only thinking about helping you to get the EIDL. Didn't think about the consequences tax-wise, because you're not a tax professional, you're not an accountant. Okay? And we have seen so many cases like that, where the person has to maybe amend his tax. I don't know what to do. Okay? So you have the Schedule C, because you could do the Schedule C, you could have a Schedule C done to apply for PPP. Now, because the person did it, the person knows about, I mean, I have no doubt, the person knows about the PPP because he watches this, you know, he followed the webinar from the SBA, he read the law that actually created the SBA. Now, but what he doesn't know is the implication of whatever he's doing in your taxes. That's the point. He doesn't know the implication. So that's the reason why I see the right person to help you is either a CP, an accountant, or a tax professional that is now involved on the PPP, you know, the PPP thing. Okay? It means if you also have an accountant or your CPA that's not involved, he's not going to be able to help you. I mean, it's obvious. And I even see some people come to me, they say, what, but I see you have your taxes done. Why didn't your tax professional help you? Say, no, he said, I'm not eligible because I don't have employees. It means that the CPA doesn't know about the about the PPP. Okay? He just doesn't know about it. Or maybe he knows a little bit about it, but he doesn't want to help. Over here, it's about helping. We're not doing this for money. We are doing it to help the community, because guess what? The program is over. So even though I wanted to help it, if you didn't want to help before, now you want to help. Now you cannot even do it because the program is over. How are you going to help somebody when they no longer accept application? That's the reason why we say we will help the people until they stop the program. We are tax and accounting company. We even put some of core activity of your business on site, because we see we not help the maximum business owners, self-employed people to receive this funding before it runs out. Because guess what? The other community are getting that help. If you belong to the community that you don't have no help, then this is the community I was talking about. It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what you look like. If you belong to the category of people who doesn't receive the help for this is where I was stepping in with my team to help you guys. And again, the right person to help you, it's the same thing with the EIDL. Okay, you apply for EIDL, you drop any income inside for your EIDL. Then guess what? They ask for your tax return, ask for your transcript. Nothing in there. What is going to happen? Decline. I mean, you are wasting your time for nothing, right? So yes, the person helping you, if he's not a tax professional, yes, he may help you to apply for PPP. It's possible for EIDL, of course. But when it comes to taxes, you may have an issue. That means you may have an issue. That money may not even be allocated to you if you haven't received it yet. Because if it happens that you have to collect to look at those documents, you're gonna lose it. Okay. So yes, this was the 10,000 grant again. So the government brought a brand new 15 billion to help the people who applied on 2020, or by the way, after December 27, because that was the cutoff. They were saying that people who applied before December 27, 2020, yeah, they were considered them as applied last year. For people who applied after December 27, they were considered them as have applied this year, so they were not considered. So everybody, as I'm doing the live, I have 5 people who say, hey, yes, I received the EIDL, the 10,000 grant, the invitation to apply, the targeted email. What do I do? Of course, what I'm telling them is that yes, you have to apply for the EIDL. So what you have to do, just to share with us if you want us to assist you on it, or maybe watch the video from our Facebook group. You will see one live that I'm talking about that, and I also have a link to watch the link of the webinar on how to do the 10,000 grant. Watch it, pay attention, you'll be eligible, because now it's 15,000. It's not even for 10,000 no more. Okay. Okay, I don't know. I have a question here. Let me read this question. I got not eligible for not being a U.S. citizen or permanent resident. Green card. I'm waiting my 10 years green card. Is there any way I want to still go for it? Okay, this person is saying that he received a not eligible because of the immigration status. Of course, this program you have like 24 months to basically go after them. Okay, you still have 24 months. Who is talking here? I don't even know who is talking. It's Walter. Yes, Walter. You have 24 months. I'm pretty sure we help a lot of you guys. And I have one of my customers who actually was eligible for the increase, like $300,000 or something. And then they start asking for immigration status or stuff like that. So basically, what is going to happen? Yes, keep working on it. Maybe it's based on the income that you are eligible for. Okay, maybe it's based on the income you're eligible. If the income is so higher, they might not give it. They might not ask for your illegal paper. So keep working on it. Once you receive those paper, the money, because they say you're eligible, chances are that they told you how much you're eligible for. Whenever you have it, this program is not going to go out anytime soon. Guess what? What you don't know, I have an economist background. Whenever something happens within an economy, sometimes it may take maybe 5 years to recover. And how does it recover? It doesn't recover like magically, like somebody has a superpower is gonna make the economy begin again. No, the economy is about producing and consuming. Okay, in order to produce, the producer needs to have the money to produce. If I'm selling pineapple, I need money to create pineapple, to produce pineapple, so that you are a consumer of the pineapple. You can purchase the pineapple. When you purchase the pineapple, you are paying sales tax, right? When I receive the money, I pay income tax on it. This is how the money, the government gets money. The money gets money from the taxes, or they get taxes because they are manufacturing, they are producing, they are selling. So if they don't have no more money, how they can get the money? Nothing. They're just going to get the debt out, get a loan out of any other organization to survive. Just the way you do when you don't have money. What do? You start asking for the loan, right, to survive. Same thing with the government. So I don't think the government, the economy has been regained enough that they say they don't want no more money injected into the economy. No, they still want it. So this point is not going nowhere. By the way, they tell you when you are eligible for the increase, because now I'm moving to the increase, which was the last point. The increase, let's say you receive $20,000. Now I told you that they changed how much you can receive. If you were eligible for $20,000 before, then they change it to get you be eligible for 20,000 times 4. This is basically $80,000. That means your new eligibility is $80,000. If you were initially eligible for $40,000, you even received the $20,000. You are eligible for $20,000. You even received the $20,000. Now the new law says you could be eligible for 4 times more. I was shouting that on this social media to say, hey, guess what? You could be eligible for 4 times what you were initially eligible for. So now you're eligible for $80,000. It means you need to receive another $60,000. So they tell you you have 24 months to get that money. What does this mean? It means they have 24 months to put those money aside. That's why I say this program is not, is not yet to be over soon. And any new, bills that comes about, coronavirus and stuff, they're still going to put some money in there. Now it's you to put yourself in the position to take advantage of it. Okay? Yeah, I was saying that you guys need to get ready for this program. Okay? You need to be able to get your fair share of it, since it's not ready to be over yet. Whenever you are on the position where they request for some document you don't have, be patient. Just go there and push. Once you get those documents, come back, they will give it to you. I'm really confident about that. Okay? Now, if you are in the city, you don't have no issue. What do? The key on this EID, because you're on the EIDL now. First of all, since there is 10,000 grant, I'm encouraging everyone to just apply, because now they are giving you $10,000 for applying. It means that if you haven't applied yet, Just apply for EIDL as long as you have a schedule C in your taxes. That's it. Just apply. Guess what? They get you denied. Guess what? You're still eligible for it. Because since the last 3 days, every day we receive at least 10 people who are sharing the targeted advance to us. Like crazy. Like every day, like 20 people, 10 to 20 people are sending us the targeted advance. Also, this is what I receive, and they do that. They call me. So I share this video with them. I don't know you guys to call me again to say, hey, I was calling you because I received the target advance. I know you received it. That's why I decided I have to do this video, because I have to tell you that you know that yes, since we received it, my team is actually working on it because we have all your data. If you don't have your data, we will contact you to say, hey, I saw you send your your targeted advance email to us, but we don't have your 2020 income. Can you share with us your 2020 taxes? This is what we will do basically. So if we don't contact you, it means that we are working on the calculation. When we get to the point we want to apply it for you, because I guess you want us to assist you, okay? That's the assumption. We may be wrong, okay? So basically, we are going to ask you if you have any information that we need and that we don't have. So I don't want you to think that we are ignoring you. And I also let you guys know that if you are calling us, if you're not able to get us, what do? Drop a voice. Because the same line you are calling, imagine that 5 other people are calling the same line. I mean, chances are that you're not the person that I'm going to pick a call, or my assistant is going to pick a call. So the best way to do, drop a voice to say, hey, listen, I received this, I was making a phone call. We're going to listen to it, we're going to address the concern. If there's a need to contact you, we are going to contact you, okay, about that. Okay, so this is what I want to let you guys know about this PPP. So it's really important. A lot of people are receiving that level. Maybe as I'm talking now, you're gonna check your inbox. You're gonna see it. If you see it, share with us. Yes, maybe send me a text to say, okay, we received it. I just sent you. That's good. But do not really expect that because you are calling us, you'll be able to get us on live. Unless the best thing to get us is by appointment, and you should know how to book an appointment with us. If you don't book an appointment, you just call. Sometimes when we take a phone call, we don't even just say, okay, oh yes or no. We like to explain. We like to take your information, log into your account. If you don't feel like you have that, it's easier to book an appointment even for 30 minutes. Okay? So this is the best way to have us. If you are just calling, and you don't drop a voicemail for your concern, sometimes it will be really hard to have us. And we don't have that capacity. We don't have 20 people yet that we can say, okay, 5 people are only there to joke and answer your question. We are just a small team trying to help the community as much as you can. So help us in that regard to drop your concern on the voice, or maybe send a message. You say, yes, I was calling you because of that. Unless you just, a friendship, you just want to call me to say, how was the day? Can we hang up? Can you go out to have some beer? Yes. If that's the case, of course, you can keep insisting, okay? That's the case. But if you really want us to address some issue that you have, just drop, you have our WhatsApp, drop a message, drop a voice. Somebody is going to listen to it, and we'll come back to you about that, okay? Yes. So that was the point where I was talking about the EID, because a lot of people are dropping those emails to us. Those emails. Yes, I receive it. What do I do? What do I do? Just share with us and stay cool. We're going to contact you if there's something else. We know how important it is for you. Okay, so on the loan increase, again, the loan increase is 4 times what you were eligible for. So if you applied last year, either you receive or you were declined. If you were declined, of course, you have to do the request for consideration. Everybody, doesn't matter why you were declined, you have to do the request for consideration because you were actually eligible. Okay, do the request for consideration and follow up. How do you follow up? Call the SBA every week. Call the SBA every week. Again, call the SBA every week. Don't stay there. We help you with the consideration, and you wait for 1 month and call me. What happened? You have done the consideration. How come after 1 month you didn't receive anything? And it's not the first time for me to say the secret with the IRS, with SBA, is to contact them and call them every week, because if there's an update, if you call them today, there's an update, and next week you don't call them, the update is gonna stay there on suspend. Okay, you have to contact them if you apply for the reconsideration. That means you never receive the money. Okay, I saw people never receive the money. Last year they received 60,000, 85,000 this year just because of the consideration. Now, when you apply for a consideration, what do? When you call them, talk to at least 2 people or 3. What does it mean, 2 people or 3? It means that you call them first time. Hey, my name is this. My application number is this. If you have a legal business, my business name is this. What's your email? What's your social? Yes, you give it to them. They're gonna be like, okay, did you do this? Yeah. Did you submit this? Yeah. Did you submit? Yes. Okay. Just stay and wait. It's in process. If you receive this type of answer, it means the person, the SBA agent, didn't even log into your account. He didn't do it. Why am I saying that? Because some of you guys applicants are having children or brother who are actually working for the SBA. Who do you think the SBA is? The SBA was recruiting a lot of people and they're actually working from home. They're working from home. When you call them, he or she is in the bed answering to your phone. Oh, did you do this? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, it's in the process. Then you hang up. That's good. Once I call them, they say to follow up. How come there's nothing missing and you stay for 1 month, 2 months without nothing? It means they are not actually looking in you're not receiving the right state status of your application. You have to know that we help you with this program, but we don't actually work in the SBA. What we do is to help you to comply with all the information, help you create those information that are needed. Okay, the form 2202, which is schedule of liability, the form 45060, any other document they want you to provide, we help you to create those. But once it's submitted to SBA, you don't have to call us to say, what's wrong? How come it's been 3 weeks and never received nothing? First of all, did you check your email? Maybe you didn't check your email. Or you check your email, you didn't see nothing. I will ask you, how many times did you call them? And I told you how to call them. When you call them, the first time you receive something, hang up, call again. Call again. The same time, of course, you're not going to get the same person. They're going to ask the same. You know if the person checked in your account or no. Okay? You know when you check an account. If they just ask you a question, instead of checking inside to see what you have submitted or no, they ask you a question to know what you have submitted. It means they're not checking your account at all. That's why you have to know this SBA game. Okay? If they just ask you questions, you do that, yes, 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 yes. Okay, it's in the process. They have to say, okay, what's your social? What's your business? They have to say, okay, we see that you have requested for the transcript. The transcript is not arrived yet. So we are still waiting for it. Once you arrive it, we're gonna add it to it, we're gonna let you know. Or we can say, oh, the 1045-060 that you submitted is not the right one. We're going to send you an email to share the right one, because sometimes for some reason they were changing that form for some reason. You have this person apply with the same form, the next person they say no, this is not the form to use. If it's the person who that has you on the phone say, okay, we don't have the transcript, we have to submit the transcript, the 45060. It's simple. When you hang up the phone, just call us. You say, yes, I called them. They say the transcript was not good. You have to do it. It means if you didn't call them, you have not known that you need to send another transcript. That is how I say you have to call them. Call them twice. If you second time, you receive a different answer. Call the third time to see which answer you're receiving twice. Okay? This is the secret here, especially if it's your first time. If it's your first time, you have to comply with all of those because they don't have your information. What is the loan increase? Then it's sometimes different. Okay, I'm going to explain in a few minutes when it comes to loan increase, what you do when you call them. Okay, let me read what question you have here. I have Steven here say, hi Mr. Russell. My question is, how long does it take to have response after apply for the EIDL? Yes. So somebody is asking, how long does it take to have a response after applying for the EIDL? The first thing I say, this person is new. Congratulations. What's the name? Sylvan, because you are going to be eligible for the 10,000 grant, even though they decline your application. Okay, so you are going to be eligible for the 10,000 grant. So you have to watch for what is called targeted advance. Okay, targeted advance. SBA.gov. I don't remember the right spelling of it, but watch for it because a lot of people are receiving now. You are not supposed to be receiving now, but they are allowing you people to actually receive it. Now it's asking, how long does it take? First of all, this is the process. When you apply for the SBA, for the EIDL, okay? After a few days, you receive another email that will invite you to create. to create your account. Basically, once you create your account, you're gonna see how much you're eligible for. Okay, you will see how much you're eligible, and whether you do it or we do it, you have to pay attention. Again, you have to watch the one of the link. Maybe that is from last year. I think I need to pull it back up to how to do the next step, because if you do it wrong, then you're gonna screw yourself. You don't know that you have to maybe verify your information. Now you don't know that you have to do the signature, because when you apply now, they want to do something inside. So when you apply, after a few days, sometimes 2 or 3 days, you receive an invitation. This today, somebody who applied, I don't know who it was. We checked today because he received he didn't even know. He was calling me, how do I do? He received an email, he didn't know. So I asked him, listen, check disaster customer service at sba.gov. Check if you receive an email from him. And exactly, he received an email from disaster customer service. The email was inviting him, and on the phone, I was able to go through the process with him and figure out that he was eligible for, I think it was 65,000, no, 70,000. I told him he would be eligible for 70, because based on the information in your tax, I told him he would be eligible for 70,000. He was eligible for 76,000 actually. That was this morning that we did it. And when you finish, I'm gonna post that over here. So he was eligible for 70,000, I think 600. So what we do is we go there and verify your information. After that, initially, when it's like that, if the SBA automatically has the means to see that all the information that you put are correct, they're going to just disburse the money to you. There'll be nothing to do from your part. But if they feel that they have to go in to collect for some more information, then they are going to want you to provide some more document before they disburse the money. Last year, when you were going there to just confirm the money, do the, what is called the verification, identity verification, to know if it's actually you. They ask personal question that only you can answer. After that, it was over. You just sit there and wait for the money. After a few days, you will see the money. But this year, when you do that, if they're not able to actually see that what you put is correct, is true, they're gonna want to get some information from you and ask the IRS to send them the transcript before they disburse the money to you. This is basically how it will be working. Okay, so it has one question that was given. This question, you can drop your question on Facebook. You can also drop them on the Zoom, because on the same time we are also working on the Zoom. Okay, I said at the beginning, if you want to jump in the Zoom meeting, you can go, there's a link to go into the Zoom. To go there, I can see you, can see me. Okay, we can talk on live, but now they are just typing the question. I'm gonna read the next question. My second question is, if your first EID application was being declined, is it possible to apply a second time and have chance to receive it? I think, Steven, I think that I guess that you're gonna watch the video again. I already said that if you are declined, even though if you are declined the first time, there's no point to apply again. When you already declined the first time, you don't have to apply again, because they're gonna say that that's a duplicate application, unless it's two separate corporations. Okay, the two corporations are not the same person. But if it's you, like you apply the first time, you get declined, you go there yourself with the same business, same social, same AI number, same business, and apply again, it's going to be duplicated. Okay, what you have to do, I said, that is to apply for the request for a consideration. What is the process? It's in the Facebook group. Basically, how to apply for the consideration, what you provide is in the Facebook group. If you want to do it by yourself, we have it. Somebody called me yesterday, I just went to it, I copied the link, I shared the link with him. But if you belong to the Facebook group, type request for a consideration on the search area. You will see 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 posts that talk about request for a consideration with the document. The document that you have, you just need to click on the document and complete the document, okay, and sign it. And you will see that, example, a template of the document is already completed for you. You see, I'm helping you to be able to do it even by yourself. But if you still need us to do it for you, of course, we're gonna create those documents. We're gonna create, I think I even have the request itself inside. We're gonna create the request. We're going to create all the documents that you need. Okay, so this is basically what you need to do. That was your question, Sylvan. The other question I see here is Victor. I received an email that my application was declined a few weeks ago, that I should send another email to reapply. That's weird. SBA application, I mean, no. My name is Adesola. So, no. The SBA should not, that means somebody working at the SBA doesn't know how the SBA is working. The SBA doesn't ask you to reapply. Unless, and she said she received a few weeks ago, unless it's like 1 year or like 6 months. I just thought the program will go for a long period, right? I think it's for maybe 1 year, or when you receive a decline letter, it should take at least maybe 12 months before you can actually reapply again. But in the spot, you don't have to reapply, because you can try. You have nothing to lose by applying. Apply, it will just be a waste of time. You're gonna apply. They're gonna. The system is not even somebody. It's the system. The system is gonna send you that. Okay, we are multiple application. We are discarding the first application. We are considering the previous application. What you have to do again? Request for a consideration. Request for a consideration. Request for a consideration. How do you do it? If you're on the Facebook group, search. You will see what I'm talking. I'm talking about something that I've done last year. That's not even stuff from this year. Just to let you know, since last year, people have been ignoring about this thing. But you can still catch up, okay? If you belong to the same Facebook group, you can actually go there and click and see how to structure the request, what to put as information in the request, what documents should go inside the request, what documents you should use depending on what decline letter you have. We have in the Facebook group, okay? Yes. So basically, I was saying that if you receive a decline letter, you have to follow up with them, okay? Now, when it comes to increase, by the way, if you received the money last year, we are seeing the increase. You have to apply for the increase, okay? You received the PPP last year. You just think that, oh, I received the money last year. You have to apply for the increase, because everybody is eligible for the increase if you receive the PPP, not the PPP, the EIDL last year. And the increase will make you increase your loan to 4 times what you received earlier. It means if you received 20,000 last year or at the beginning of this year, it doesn't matter. You received 20,000 before when you apply. When you do the increase, you will be requesting that your loan being increased to 4 times. That means if you receive 20,000, your new loan should be around 80,000. Imagine moving from 20,000 to 80,000. It means in between, you are requesting for another 60,000. This is what you have to do. Now, for the people for which we have requested, or you have requested by yourself for a new loan increase, what do you do? Yes, this question has been coming for so long, like so many times to me. Yes, I have done the EIDL. What do I do now? It's like it's been taking so long. Again, I was telling you guys, you have to call the SBA. Once you do it, you have to know how to apply if you have to do it by yourself, okay? Because when you go there, you don't know how to do it. I have a video where I'm explaining how to make sure that you will do the increase. Some people, the SBA system was having an issue. When you go there to do the increase, now you don't pay attention, you lose that increase completely. Assuming that everything was done right, you move from 20,000 to 80,000 as a PPP loan. Now, what to do next? What to do next is that you have to wait and call them, Initially, at the end, they will either even call you. I have many customers that receive the phone call from the SBA telling them, oh, we are doing your loan, your EIDL loan here. This is what we need. Okay? Exactly. This is what we need. And I receive so many people who receive those calls, don't phone call. For the other people, they will send them an email to request for a new document. Those new documents will be for what? Basically, they will ask you to provide some type of certification that attests that your business actually mandates you to request for that money. Okay? Listen, you have to provide a certification. It's like if it's a corporation, you need to have a board meeting that actually allocated you, that shows you, that says that you are the person to represent the corporation to get this money. And the corporation actually approve that we need that money. They're going to send you an email to provide them with those information. Okay, there will be mainly 2 or 3 things they're going to ask. That's the first thing. If you're an LLC, same thing. They want you to provide information. They want a statement, okay? a statement of all the members that is actually saying that, hey, yes, we are corporation we are this on this date. We sat down, we decided we need this money. We chose this guy to represent us to sign the name of the company. Because guess what? 20,000 is a big deal. Okay, they want to make sure that at least it's you, because it could be a scam. So that's the first. The second thing is that for major part, they're asking for what they're calling hazard insurance. Hazard insurance basically means that they are giving you money. They want some type of insurance, okay? That if they lose their money, the insurance will give them the money, okay? The hazard insurance, let's say you have a store fund. It means that your store should have an insurance that if something may happen to the store, it means you cannot pay the money back. The insurance will pay them. This is basically what it means, okay? And I also receive a ton of this email, because what I'm telling you is what I've been reading from you guys. I mean, the people who receive them and share them with me, is what they have been asking. And I have been working on creating those statements for when it comes to the statement that you have to write to say, yes, exactly, with the corporation, yeah, I'm going to work with you. And the people who send the request to me, you haven't done yet, not because we don't care about yours, just because that when we receive yours, we already have maybe 20 or maybe 10 that was already on the queue. So we are still working to get to yours, okay? It's not that we don't care. So I need to apologize if it's taking long for us to create that for you, okay? So the hazard insurance, if you don't know how to, when you get to you, we also share with the link how to get the hazard insurance. If you're Uber driver, they just want the insurance about your car, basically, okay? They want the insurance about your car. Sometimes they even ask you to get the insurance on your house. If you own the house, if you don't own the house, they even ask for your rental insurance. Okay, they ask for rental insurance. You could rent the house. You still have insurance on the house. They just need some type of insurance. Okay, and some people have been providing them. They are receiving the money. So this is what you should get when you apply for loan increase. This when they ask for it. For some people, they don't ask for nothing. You just see that you receive this new money in your bank account, and they were surprised. Oh, what's I received this increase? I said, congratulations. Oh, this is actually what I was fighting for. Okay, so yeah, let me give me 1 second to look at this new email here. My name is Anisola. You are the one that applied for me. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna work on it. Okay, to see what you have to do. Is there a page to find how much money one is eligible for outside the $15,000? The $15,000 only accept 1K from the 10. Okay, yes, this person is asking because I just said that there is a $15,000 for grants, right? It means that now there is the way to get $15,000. Okay, now he's saying that there's a way to know how much you will receive. Of course, you will receive the difference between 1,000. He said he received 1,000 when he applied initially. Yes, you receive 1,000. Now you're going to receive what? The difference, which is 15,000. Assuming that you are going to do, stay early. But you can go to the room. So basically, you receive 1,000. When you apply for the 10,000, you become eligible for the difference, the 9,000. Now, you also apply for the 5,000. By the way, it's only one application. When you apply for the 10,000, you just have to check to ask them to consider your application for the 5,000 as well. That means you should receive 10,000 minus 1,000, which is 9,000, plus 5,000, which is, so you should receive actually 14,000 basically. So that's a big deal. That's why I say you need to pay attention on when you're doing this. You receive it, you just take your computer, start putting these numbers. That's good. But are you sure 100% you're doing it right? If you're not, stop there, because when it's wrong, there's no way to correct it or fix it. When it's wrong, okay? You will just receive a rejection. I say you are not eligible for this. You're going to call us. You say, hey, how can we change it again? How can we tell them we made a mistake? I have a case when you say, well, so is it possible to let them know that we made a mistake when we are doing this? I mean, you are just making things even worse and worse and worse, okay? So yes, so this is the question. Yeah, if you receive 15,000, you receive 1,000 the first time. Yeah, you could receive 15,000 on the second application. On the on the targeted one. Okay, assuming that you know how to do it. Again, I have to put it right. To get the $10,000, you need to show an evidence of 30%. To get the other 5,000, you have to show an evidence of 50% instead. Okay, so what's the next question here? Okay. So I'm gonna allow you guys to ask a question. You can now, does somebody here want ask the question? You can unmute yourself and ask the question, because I actually completed everything I had, because I had so many people connected here. They even sent me private message about the EIDL, the targeted. What you will see the targeted, share with me, okay? If you want assistance from us, or check in the Facebook group. You will see where I'm sharing information about how to go by to apply for the targeted by yourself. And many questions were coming so many times, because when they call me again, I'm gonna just send them to refer them to this live video. You apply for the increase. What do? Call them, follow up. Call them every day. When you call them at least 2 times. If you call people twice, you will see the same answer. That is good. Okay, it could be considered. But if you call them, you call 3 people, 2 people, 2 different answers. Then call the 4th time. Yeah, call them for the 3rd time to see if you're gonna receive an answer that matches the previous answer. Okay, and then eventually you're gonna receive an email that will tell you exactly what you have to do, unless you receive a decline letter. A decline letter, right? If you don't receive a decline letter, it means they are still working on your application. Or the other thing, if you don't call them, your application stays so long inactive, they could actually withdraw your application for inactivity. That's why I say you have to call them. Let's say you put your application there, you go and stay cool for I don't know how long. You go and stay cool for how long, I don't know. Now, what you have to do is what? What you have to do is basically they're gonna withdraw your application because they think they don't need the money no more. Okay, this is the reason why you actually have to call them to make your application seems like active application. Okay, so yeah, so that's what you have to do. Just watch. You will eventually receive an email. When you receive an email, forward the email with us, which help you to provide those information that they need. Yes, somebody wants to talk. Yeah, you can talk, Walter. You can talk. Unmute yourself and talk, please. Oh, hold on. I think hold on, Walter. Okay, you can talk.
Thank you so much for all the information you provided for the community. We really appreciate it, because trust me, I follow like a lot of YouTubers, CPAs and tax consultants, and like in those rich folks neighborhood, and I know a lot that they do give for it. Thanks for what you're doing. It's really remarkable, and thank you so much. And so my question is, I am a contractor, right?
Yes.
And I still do a lot of 99 right now gigs. I was wondering, beyond these PPP and the EIDL loan, is there any other program that I could take advantage of that is, to help my business, that is post grant or whatever, right now that would, help us during this pandemic? Is there any other one that we should look out for, or that still exists? Thank you.
Okay, that's good. Thank you so much, man. You can mute yourself again. Okay, that's a very good question. Okay, that's a very good question. He wants to know if there are any other programs out there that can assist beside the EIDL or PPP. Yes, and you can even have those programs within the SBA themselves. Okay, I think on private or maybe in the Facebook group, I'm gonna share those other programs you have. Yes, even for new businesses. That's what some people don't even know. Even for a newbie, I told you it's a matter of, jumpstart the economy again, turbostart the economy. The companies have stuff on the wheel. They have to make the economy jump back again. That means now they are even financing not the EIDL program, of course. The SBA still have other programs that can actually finance even new company. Okay, if you're interested, you can send the request in the Facebook group. I will share with everybody. Or you can still contact us directly. We will share with you. Okay, it's up to you. Yes, we have those programs. Whether it's a contractor, any type of business. Yes, you can even have business to increase, to expand. Yes, the SBA has that. Of course, we also have private program. We also have private program to help you receive business loan, which is actually private one. Yes, if it's only the other choice you want, yes, you can go there, because you know those government program, they need some type of they just want to know that you don't just want to do what people are doing now with the SBA. Just try the way to get the money and go and buy a new fancy car, buy a $1 million house. They will need some what is called business plan. They want to show that a projection of your business, how your business is going to be making money. Yes, that is what they will want you to provide, to give you the money, because it's still a government, you know, government guaranteed program. But you can also request for a private business loan, what my company can also provide you. Okay, we help you to get all the paperwork to receive a private loan. Maybe you're in the rush, you need $100,000 for your business because you want to buy a new machine. Yes, my company can actually help you with that. So I hope it helps you. So you still have an option from the SBA themselves to get the money. But you also have another option, that is a private loan, that we can also partner with you to help you to receive that. Yes, I don't know if you have more questions here. You guys are just just coming to the live and just putting the watch. Like, I don't know if you guys are sharing it. Yes, I think we went through everything. I'm not seeing no more questions here. And yes, I'm gonna go ahead and stop this live for here and for this at this level. And of course, we're gonna start being back again, like every week, like 2 or 3 times, to help you with everything that we have to sustain to get more money on this PPP or EIDL program, because this is a big deal. Yeah, $20,000, $40,000, $60,000. You can get up to $5,000 here. Somebody who was supposed to receive $150,000 can now get up to $500,000, like easily. Okay, yeah, I will be back to actually help you on that. It will be my pleasure. So I didn't anticipate that this will be that long. I'm tired, I'm exhausted. So this was your guys, these are WhatsApp followers. I will always be there for you. If you watch it on the later time, watch it on YouTube, drop the comment if you need, and subscribe to the channel if it's your first time. If you want to connect to the Facebook group, send me a link, send me a WhatsApp to get you the link to get the Facebook group, to get some guidance from us. Okay, the last question: can I call you on your phone after the Zoom? I know my status on the application. Okay, yes, you can call me on the phone, but I know a lot of people are calling me. I'm not picking the call. When I finish it, it's gonna be like screaming, it's gonna be crazy. Okay, thank you guys. That was a pleasure to serve you, to help you, to assist you, to share this information with you. You have any other concern we didn't assist, we didn't, solve here, feel free to drop it on the comment or send me a WhatsApp, and we will come back to you to request to answer the question. Again, have a wonderful end of the week and nice beginning of the weekend of the week tomorrow. Ciao.